Texas Senate voted to remove historical facts from women about social movements from different races, everything but white history. They literally have banned in Texas. 18, the vote is what, 18-4, if this bill has been passed in the Senate. They're literally removing, and I want to read this to you so I can get it together, okay? They're removing teachings of lessons that include Susan B. Anthony, Cesar Chavez, the history of indigenous people, the writings of Dr. King, and other figures and documents that have to do with civil rights, freedoms for every race that's not white. And yet I keep hearing that Republicans and people of European ancestry that there's no race. There's no such thing as racism. If that's the case, then why are you taking it out of the public schools? That's so, I call BS. How is it that everything that's white gets to stay, but things that are brown or woman or not white land owning men, think that gets, that's protected, that's sacred, that's holy, and yet you're going to tell me there's no such thing as race? There's no such thing as racism. There's no such thing as systematic racism. There's no such thing as system of oppression. That's what you want to tell me today? Really? If that's the case, then why remove it? I'll wait. I will wait on this because I need somebody, and I want you to be very clear. What I'm dealing with is the hypocrisy. I expect duplicity. Do you understand? It's an occupational hazard. I expect duplicity. I do. But the hypocrisy of gaslighting everybody who is non-European ancestry, saying that what we're talking about isn't real, but it's real enough to protect your children from. It's real enough for your kids to not know the bullshit y'all peoples have done. And I'm not talking about all white people. So please do not come to, not today. I'm not talking about all white people because poor white people couldn't do this shit. It couldn't be done. They might as well, and the thing is, they may have, I'm pretty confident they can get some there in our class too. They probably put that in too. But my point is, the thing that drives me bananas is not the duplicity. I anticipate duplicity. It's the hypocrisy of saying it's not real, but yet you want to protect your children from it. You want to protect the innocence and the preciousness of your children, but you don't want to do it with mine. You don't want to do it for kids that don't look like your kids. You want our kids to grow up feeling like they have no voice. They're destined to be in jail. They're destined to twerk. You want that. You'll promote that. You'll circulate that. But you won't let your kid read about the Trail of fucking Tears. You won't let your kids read about migration workers. You won't let your kids deal with sit-ins and freedom rides by both races. Not just black people. There were white people who marched. They marched for this, and you want to take it out of the textbooks? Because you think that there's no such thing as race and you want to make sure your children don't feel bad? My children feel really fucking bad. They feel bad. But you want to protect your child, but you don't want to protect mine. You want my child. You want our children to read your history as if Columbus really discovered something that was already occupied. You want our children to read about Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves as if he was doing us a fucking favor. You want our kids to know about I could just think of something like man on the moon. But we don't want to talk about the people who had to build it, the mathematicians that made it possible for the rockets to get out there in space. You don't want to put that in your textbooks. And yet race ain't fucking real. I'm on a new one today, y'all. I'm on a new one today. I don't even mind the lying. But the hypocrisies what got me today. It may not have me tomorrow, but it got me today. Tomorrow, it's a different day. I'll be back in my kumbaya space. I probably won't curse tomorrow, but today, I'm fucking cursing. Today is ridiculous. How the hell is the Senate going to vote to take Black history, Spanish, Native, take everything out their textbooks but white history? But a vote from 18 to 3, 18 in favor, 3 not. And I don't care if I don't care if the, oh, you should definitely share this one. I dare you to share this one. If you want to talk smack, go ahead and share it. Go on then. Please. Whatever. My point is that they would take out everything that would have their children have empathy for anybody that doesn't look like them. That's what I'm dealing with. They literally are like, I mean, there's so many things I could talk about. The only thing I'm talking about right now is I'm calling BS on the Republicans. And I don't care if it's a Black Republican or a white, it's not the skin color. It's never skin color. Black and white is not skin, it's social positions. Okay? And I'm not talking about the history of when the Republican was a Democratic Party or the Democratic Party was a Republican. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about today. I'm not even talking about the past yet. I'm talking about today. 4 days ago, the Senate in Texas took out civil rights movement teachings from their public schools. Now, if you're going to look at the math on that, they have people who are not white children in those schools. But those children won't see themselves represented in that teaching. It's no longer required reading. They don't have to know. And it's all backlash because the governor, I think it's Abbott, is grumpy about critical race theory because the Republicans have made it sound as if it's going to do some damage to their children, and it's not. But that's not the point. The point is the hypocrisy that you would want to protect your children, but penalize us for wanting to protect ours, for wanting our children to know their history, to know that we fought for this, that we built this, to be proud of who we are. We can't be proud, but you can protect the innocence of your white babies. And then you wonder why we're fucking pissed. I'm not even talking about reparations. I'm talking about today. Just educating going forward. And this is the kind of bullshit you want to pull today? Okay. Got it, Lord. I understand. But be very clear. We're not going away. We're not going away. And you can play with your little laws. And you can do your little voter suppressing bullshit. And we will still outweight you, outwalk you, outthink you. Because that's what we do. That's how we handle haters. So you go ahead and do your little thing. Go ahead and play with your little laws because you will die. Okay? And we will keep moving our babies forward and we will keep figuring out ways to outsmart social systems that always try to put us in the back of the fucking bus or just erase us. I'm done. I'm not going to talk long on this. I'm surrendering the mic. Please share this word because if the thing is, they're doing it on the hush, y'all. They're rolling back all kinds of civil rights bills and laws on the hush, state by state by state, that are really, really Republican led. And again, I'm not talking about race. I'm not talking about, there are Black Republicans. I'm clear about that. I'm not tripping off of race. I am talking about they are trying to control what our children will learn. And they're leaving out actual proven facts so that their white children won't know the bullshit that their forefathers did and feel bad about it. If they feel bad about it, that means they're human because those are human liberties. Those are human rights. I'm done. Please share this video.